Yeah, hello, welcome to our live show here on May 30. Yeah, I don't need to count down, I'm already live. Yeah, hello to all of the regulars in the chat. I'm glad to be on there on Monday evening and happy to play a couple of Blitz games. Yeah, going to shoot for some 5-minute chess. I don't know what my rating is at the moment. I last played some games a couple of days ago when I recorded for my channel, but I was pretty busy after that. So yeah, hello to Internet Chess Club. Who else is on? Gajinsko? Gajinisko? Oh. And hello to Bayerischer Schweizer. Yeah, a question already. What do I think of Jeremy Silman's books? Have I read any? Yeah, I think I have the Reassess Your Chess, I think is what I have. It's pretty okay. What I didn't like so much about the book is the way things are organized. It always felt a little bit messy to me, but it has lots of useful information. You just have to be, yeah, kind of well organized in reading. I think there are other books that are easier in terms of structure, but it's good content. Okay, playing the Chicos. Okay, I'll play d4 and see what happens. I've played him before. Chicos. I don't know how this is pronounced correctly. It's playing a King's Indian, it seems. Yeah, I play the same-ish again. I recently discussed this a little bit with a student, so why not go for this line again? Queen d2. All looks very normal. Yeah, c5. I think here rook d1 is an idea, not going for d5. I'm not going to play the King's Gambit. Definitely not. Okay, so b6. Okay, I think I have a couple of moves that I can play here. Okay, what about this? I wonder if d5 now is a little bit better than it was before. b5. I think I'm pretty ready for b5. Knight e5 is also not such a big deal. I think I can do that. The big drawback of the same-ish variation against King's Indian is the delayed development of the king side. Especially that bishop and knight, this is the king side. Bishop and knight take a while to get into the game. My idea here is that I should be ready to take b5 if he plays it, and if I just need some moves. If I get bishop e2, castles, and a4, black is in bad shape. Interesting move, very interesting move. He tries to disturb my knight. I don't want bishop d3. I don't want him to trade stuff. Tough. Strong move. I don't want to lose any more time. Okay, I'll do that anyway. h4 is so annoying. There's a question if there is a point in solving puzzles on a real board instead of the computer screen. I think there is one problem is you manage to solve less puzzles, yeah? So you can do more online. But if you do most of your work on the computer but still play over the board a lot, then never doing it on a real board really is a problem. Yeah, it can be a problem. I always have this issue when I play over the board Blitz chess, that I'm kind of rusty. I do worse over the board than I do online nowadays, and it's just because you have this three-dimensional board, of course, instead of a two-dimensional board, and the difference is kind of is big. Okay, h3 is a good move. If I take it, that's knight f3, so I have to go f4. And I hope that my central position here is good. If he takes on g2, bishop g2, at least I'm getting developed quite quickly. That's a good question. What time control should intermediate players shoot for to play real chess online? Real, it's a definition. I understand your question. It's a good one. I think that a rapid time control with some increment makes lots of sense. Something like 30 minutes and some increment is good. e5 now is played to, I mean, he cannot take due to d6, and I want to prevent a knight coming from to f6. Maybe this is too straightforward, I don't know, but I want to be quick about his this play on the king side. Yeah, interesting. And now he's probably threatening to take it. So my idea was h3. Okay, I'll go for it. He will go to h6, possibly to f5. I wasn't completely sure what to do now. Queen e3, he has knight f5, I think. How do I play that? Knight e4 takes queen b2. Not sure. Maybe h3 wasn't that great. Tough to say. Okay, I think I'll probably have to castle him. The idea is to use the diagonal, and I have potentially a d6. Okay, that move I didn't anticipate at all. I can do this. This is a nice tactic. Pawn takes fe5, de5, rook f6. So I get some dynamic play out of this. Nice. I had some cool questions in the chat about big open tournaments like the World Open or Gibraltar. Yeah, Gibraltar, it's cool chess-wise, but I'm not so sure that you can do that much besides playing chess. Yeah, this is a big problem. Pawn takes rook f6. Oh wow, 27 GMs in Chicago over Memorial Day for a tournament. That's cool. Yeah, black is busted now. It was dangerous for him. I'm not sure about the objective merit of my play, but it definitely was dangerous for him. Okay, 95, I guess. The hotel in Gibraltar is already booked out. That's funny. It's super expensive also.
Check. Black resigns.
Dangerous position, huh? For black. I don't know of this game. It was interesting. So let's see for a new game. If you want a tournament to suggest to play, which is fun, maybe we can all travel to one tournament. Yeah, here in the chat. What about the Bunratty Chess Festival? Yeah, going to Ireland, have some good Guinness. That would be something.
Game started.
Making no sense. I know a lot about that, but let's see what this game brings. Okay, there's a question by KA that I made a video on the Najdorf, an intro video about this opening, and he said he says it seems to be very complex and requires lots of memorization. Yeah, this is definitely true. I'm not sure. I think Bunratty might not be rated. Yeah, that's maybe true. Yeah, it's usually associated with heavy drinking, but it seems interesting. Now he's playing all the book moves in a split second here, Mr. Making no sense. G6. This is the main line in my book, and I have forgotten everything. D6. You can take now, yeah.
Check.
Knight F5. They don't do that. I just wonder about it. Queen C6 is the move, but Knight F5, what am I playing against that? Queen F6, I guess. Okay. Queen C6, Bishop B7, Queen A4 is the normal continuation. And then black has a choice, I think, if I remember correctly, what my book says, between H5 and Knight G7. I mean, I could look it up. I have a copy somewhere. Okay, now he has taken it. So, Queen A4. Now, I have this vague recollection that H5 is strong in this position. Yeah, it makes some sense. Let's go H5. Learning the Najdorf for sub 1600 players, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. It's immensely difficult to learn. And you will very often not get the absolute main line. So H4, Queen, Knight takes Queen F6. Yeah, in Bunratty you can also play, there's the weak ender, and there's something a bit more serious with norms and stuff, but I think the non-serious is more interesting. Yeah, Bunratty. Yeah, Bunratty is the name of the castle and the town, I think. Okay, let's see if I can get enough here. I've sacrificed 2 pawns. It's easy to get to. It's easy to get to. You fly to Limerick, is that true? Not Limerick. There's an airport nearby for those people who want to fly. I would actually like to try to get there by train and by ferry. Yeah, that would be cool. It looks very attractive. Yeah, they play in that castle, and they have Guinness. You never should underestimate that. Okay, so here I'm 2 pawns down, but I have this amazing bishop. So maybe this is giving me some compensation. Let's go here. And now knight f6 and stuff. Yeah, it seems that he's defending this well. I probably have not remembered this correctly. I'm not totally sure, really. Knight h5 maybe? This threatens some stuff. Bishop d6, I can take g3 a couple of times. Yeah, it's long by ferry and train, but it's far more classy than just some stupid plane. So, queen f2, cool. Take here, rook g4. I don't see how that wins. If I go rook f8 here in this position, I don't know if I win there. It looks very dangerous. I have to be bishop d6. I wanted to play with rook f5, but then he has check on e8. Maybe that just queen to h3, yeah? I might be able to take it. A bloody check on e8. I don't see a great move here at the moment. Probably I'm just not tactically good enough to spot it. Knight g3. Okay, I'm going with this, but I don't see a move after bishop d6, which is kind of embarrassing. There is probably something. I cannot take this. I play knight g3, of course. I'm just a bad tactical player sometimes. And okay, bishop takes he can actually play. Bishop d6, knight g3, bishop g3. Don't see a win. Really don't. Rook f5, there's rook e8, unfortunately. And this is the problem. When he has to take d6, I think. Rook f5 looks far too dangerous. Why am I overlooking something after bishop d6? I don't see a move after that, to be honest. I wanted to take g3 and just play this position, but I don't see a win. Really don't.
Time warning.
I don't see a win. Rook f5 looks great, but he has rook e8, unfortunately.
Check. Check.
I'm in a pin here. This is the problem. Don't tell me I'm losing. Yeah, that would be awful. Probably I am losing. What a nonsense game from this great position. Yeah, I just have rook h7.
Check.
Maybe I'm surviving. Queen d2.
Check. Check. Check.
Wow.
Check. 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 Checkmate.
What the heck? Yeah, this is a kind of game that is frustrating. You're kind of one step away from checkmating and you don't see it. Maybe there is no mate. The engine doesn't find something. Just a quick look. Remarkable. It looks absolutely dangerous here. Yeah, anyway, let's go for a new game and see what happens in that. Okay.
Game started.
Justin Chess here. Yeah, and I want to get back over 2,400. Always feel bad if I'm below it. So let's see if I can get a win in this one. Yeah, a non-Najdorf Sicilian for a 1600 player. Yeah, things like something like the Taimanov is a little bit simpler, or some dragon, if you want to go for the Sicilian in the first place. Okay, very sharp line here in the f3 Nimzo. Actually, we didn't want to do this, but okay. Yeah, e5 now is the critical move.
Check.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense to play the poison pawn line in the Najdorf if you are a 1600 player. I mean, even though people have problems with white to play it, I understand, but you also have problems with black to play that. It's just immensely tricky. And the time you spend to learn this line in the first place is better invested to learn some real chess. Yeah, like some ending, for example, or something like that. Okay, so here I'm trying to get rid of this bishop on c8, and at the end try to play against white's pawn in the center. This a3 move is something that people have played against me before. And I don't think it's particularly great, but I never really studied it. I should have done so. It just played too often to be ignored. Okay, so what to do now? I can go d5 or knight c6. Knight c6 probably. Queen c4 looks good. I don't think that Bonneretti event is expensive to play in. Last time I looked, it was okay. I never really. I was checking this tournament for a couple of years, but it never really worked because there was some kind of. I had a team match. I had whatever. Yeah, it was always something. Yeah, shooting for rook b2 here. The knight. The knight is probably just going there prophylactically. Maybe knight e5, knight d3 is an idea here. Yeah, I might have queen to d6 if I go knight e5. Queen d6 is a move though anyway. I can take c3, but it doesn't really look that brilliant. Random Jelly says, too bad you can't smoke at the board anymore. Wow. No, I really don't think that this is a good idea, smoking at the board. I think it has this kind of, if you see pictures nowadays of Tal, yeah, sitting there in the Olympiad, yeah, he has a big ashtray besides him, and it looks like he smoked like 2 packs already. It seems kind of, I always feel it feels kind of romantic if you see this kind of picture. Like it has this, yeah, it's kind of cool to see the past there, but you don't really want to play against somebody who's smoking at the board. I can absolutely assure you, this is no fun. I mean, when I was playing as a kid, this was still allowed. And it's pretty awful. Okay, so here, yeah, okay, knight d5, but I thought that I should have compensation there. Maybe not, huh? Maybe this isn't that great. Yeah, I should speed up. This is quite important. I can take d5, I can go here. Let's see. Yeah, he's got the e4 square, unfortunately, for his knight. Rook d1. Can take e5 here also for potential attacks, like knight f3 and stuff. It's got queen d6 though. I can also do this first, but yeah, maybe this is right. Gain that tempo. Yeah, eating at the board is also pretty terrible. Shouldn't be done. I mean, it's clear that you should eat something during the game, but you should just do it while not being at the board. Wow. This is working. It looks terribly weak, the back rank. Rook d1 check. Maybe it is working. Life's not fair. I don't. And he's got a ton of checks himself. Okay, I'm going to take this. Trying for queen e3. And still the check is part of it. Okay. I don't know. I don't see something super inspiring.
Time warning.
Check. Rook f1. I don't see a win.
Check. Check.
He actually threatens to take queen d2 maybe. He's got check there, but it's just a check. Maybe he can check on e4 at the end. Wow. It looks pretty good, yeah? The mate on g2 is tough. Queen a8 check though. King f7.
White resigns.
Really? I wasn't sure here. I was thinking
Check.
this maybe.
Check. Check.
And okay, I saw that I can go to g5. It still looks kind of scary. Okay, so I won that game.
Game started.
Yeah, I don't play the Schlechter Slav. Come on, this is the most boring opening ever. I'll play 1e4 here. This is more interesting. Against Super Mouse from Vietnam, is that right? Yeah. Let's play the fantasy variation. That's a bit more interesting than the Schlechter Slav. Even though I don't know it. I don't know that line. Let's see what happens. I think Queen d3. I think this is how it is played. Something like that at least is possible. There's a question. Why do I never play the Scandinavian defense? Yeah, I can tell you. I think it's an okay opening. It really is. It's not so bad. But there's the general pawn structure with E and D pawn traded. This is something that I don't like that much to play. I mean, I think it's perfectly okay, but it's not my kind of position. I simply prefer positions where I have more, where I can do more in terms of pawn levers. Yeah? I'd rather have a more closed position that I can open later. And I don't like that immediately half open position that much for my own kind of game, my own kind of play. That doesn't mean anything in general. It's just something that I personally don't like that much. Okay, now g5 is hanging and I'm kind of under attack here. Tja. Not so great. Not so great, yeah. Playing this kind of offbeat variation maybe wasn't a great idea. My position sucks. Yep, and he can just take g5. Now, that's not the only thing, but the advantage and disadvantage of the Slav is actually the same thing. You get the same structure, and this is good if you want to limit, let's say, what you have to look at. You only have this one structure that you deal with. But the bad news is also you have this structure like every every game. Yeah, it's always this e-pawn traded for the d-pawn, and it doesn't have a huge variety of position types. So you're kind of, wow, my position sucks. Wow, I cannot even go to b3 because of bishop c4. Wow. Oh, that means I'm totally losing here. Yeah? Oh wow, that was a bad opening. So the Scandinavian leads to the same pawn structure every single game. And, you know, it's kind of bad. I think a bit boring if you have the same structure every time. And it's a structure that I personally don't like that much. This is the thing. I get the same structure that I don't like every game. So this is why I don't play it. But it's not a bad opening. What is Black doing here? Is he really... He's giving stuff back. I don't know why. I mean, he can, but I don't quite... Well, yeah, it's good for him. The Alekhines defense is interesting. It's an interesting opening, especially if you want to play a somewhat unconventional position, maybe trying to win the game. Ooh, knight e3 is awful. Knight d4, knight e3, knight rook takes a5, knight f1. Yeah, it still sucks. I don't have a good move anyway. I probably have to do this. I sometimes play the Caro-Kann, yes. It depends on what my opponent is playing in the Caro-Kann. If they play some sideline that I'm not so scared of, I tend to play this opening. But I never play the Caro-Kann if I know that my opponent is going to play the advanced variation, for example. This is really not fun to play against if you don't know the theory. Wow, what an awful position. It's probably just completely lost. Don't see exactly how, but it should be lost. Knight e3, rook c1. If I manage knight d4 and kind of develop, maybe it's okay. Alekhine's defense is just slightly better for white. There's nothing terrible about it. Maybe he can play b3 or takes maybe knight c2 even. Pretty awful. The good thing is I'm ahead on the clock. Wow. This is some progress. A little bit at least. And I'm ahead on the clock. Well, the Alekhine is not refuted with the positional lines. White is better, but it's not something super serious. What a dreadful position, really. I need to get this knight out. Cannot cover the a pawn here. Okay. I'm still alive, somehow. It's not good, but at least the game continues. I would like to do something with the knight, something a bit more dangerous than just sitting there. Don't see something though.
Time warning.
Knight c6 doesn't do much actually, but whatever. Intending knight e6. Rook d1, rook h7, just a little trick. Oh, didn't see that one coming. Got the check. Doesn't do much though.
Check.
Probably.
Check. Check. Check.
Yeah, it's so easy to win. This is the issue. Yeah, okay. Wow, that was dreadful.
Resigns.
Absolutely dreadful. That opening probably shouldn't be played by people who have no idea about it.
Started.
Wow. Okay, I should do something. Okay, got white again. Should do something a little bit more serious. So, got a Nimzo? No, a Queen's Gambit. Okay. Queen's Gambit accepted is pretty good. It's a pretty good opening. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, the only line that takes a little bit, that makes Black's life difficult is e4, 3e4 in the accepted, and this is rarely played on the amateur level, so especially for amateur players, the Queen's Gambit accepted makes quite some sense. There's a question. Training for opening, middle games, end games, tactics. How does this change as he progresses in strength from intermediate to master level? The opening part increases to the point where, let's say on the GM level, it's like 80-90% of opening play. If you go further down, I think if you are, let's say, 1600 or 1700, if you do 20 or 30% openings, it's cool, and you have other things to worry about, especially middle game planning and tactics. Tactics, which means calculation, is important for absolutely all kinds of level of play and all phases of the game. And you need to calculate well in the ending, in every part of the game. Yeah, Black is taking ages here to put on this main line. I think castles looks very normal here. I mean, okay, maybe you can go c5 or something, but yeah, here white has a little bit more space. Black plays a5 and usually retains quite decent chances to equalize. Here b5 is the most testing move, but I don't know that move. This is what played in the Arland Carlsen match. Nah, I don't know it. Castles is a bit lame, but it's what I know. You can get to International Master by being completely self-taught. You mentioned Jonathan Hawkins. I can also mention myself. I never had any formal training. Did everything on my own. It is possible, but it will always... yeah, you will invest lots of time on things that you don't need to do. And a coach can help you a little bit with what you should do with higher priority. Tongue twister. What about b5 now? Maybe that doesn't lead to much. But okay, let's do it. Takes, queen takes. He goes back. Okay. Let's take that. Probably this is equalish. He's playing in extremely slowly. Put this knight there. Okay, so what's the deal? Maybe this. White is a little bit easier to play here, definitely. But I don't see a clear way for me to make some headway. I can put something on c7, but it doesn't necessarily do that much. Maybe he can just play queen to b7 here. I mean, I don't see how he will ever manage to not lose on time, but what is this guy? It's no name. Amazing time management. He's completely relaxed about losing on time. Okay, there anything in the chat? Not really. In the Queen's Gambit accepted, if you feel like you're comfortable with the 3e4 line, then it's an absolutely cool opening. It's totally fine. Okay, what happens here if I take it? Probably should take it. I don't get on the c file that easily though. Well, he cannot play rook c8. So maybe this one, preparing rook c1. Interesting play though. Maybe I should have played a4. That it was something that crossed my mind, but ultimately I didn't do it. Okay, so knight c7 doesn't do much. He might attack the no, rook a5. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, the Queen's Gambit accepted is not a bad opening to learn for beginning players. Absolutely, it's not bad. It leads to mostly piece play. It's very active. No, it's fine. I don't really know what to do in this position, to be honest. He has defended this quite well. Yeah, probably has rook c8. It's again a strong move. Preventing knight d2. Okay, now rook c7 is an idea. It's got knight c4. Yeah, he played this very well, just very slowly. Knight e5. Okay. I don't like to go back to h2. It's kind of a very weak back rank, but probably still okay. So let's push this back. And now, isn't there something there?
Time warning.
96 and stuff. Shooting for knight e7. No, just moves the rook. Wow. Okay, I should just speed up. And just be practical about it. Win on time.
Check. 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 Black forfeits on time.
I just was far too slow. Yeah, but he played this well. I mean, I didn't really look that closely anymore when I was clear that it was clear that I was winning on time. But it's tough. Checking. There's quite some discussion in the chat between
Game started.
some viewers. Not so much like a question for me. So yes, again the question: if I still actively try to get to the Grandmaster title. No, not at the moment, and probably I won't. I mean, I have so many interesting things that I have on the agenda. Yeah, creating chess content, doing the coaching, all kinds of things, and I enjoy them actually more than playing. To be honest, I mean, I don't mind to play, of course, but it's quite often, given the choice, I'd rather write something than play myself. So, okay, yeah, Mr. Harmony 1957, he went for the orangutan. It's a rare opening, but it's probably equal. White has to work a little bit though against the type of line that I'm playing here. Black's pieces are very, very active. No problem. If some question was asked that has been asked before in the stream, that's no issue. You're not going to. Nobody watches all of it all of the time. Okay, bishop g6. I mean, I don't know it was strictly necessary as e4 wasn't a threat yet, but it might become a threat. My idea is just to develop queen d7, rook d8, put pressure on white center. Who's the hardest player I've played in live games? You're the strongest, you mean, probably. I've played a couple of strong players. I have not played someone rated 2700 when I actually played them. I've played some players who have been above 2700. Luke van Veli, for example, just a couple of months ago. I played Michal Gurovic and actually beat him. That was a very nice result. He was number 5 in the world at one time, which was great, yeah, great to beat such a player. I still believe that I only beat him because he had a heavy hangover. So, yeah, and I played a couple of, like I played Joe Lautier. He also was close to 2700. I played him twice, actually. Lost both games pretty badly. No, I never played Arthur Yusupov. That would have been a cool experience, definitely. No. Knight c3 goes, okay. Maybe just a3. There's a question if a player with 1600 wishing to seriously improve should totally refrain from playing Blitz and focus on 30-minute plus games. It's not a bad idea to play many of those rapid games, but there's no problem with playing Blitz. I don't think it's a bad idea to play some Blitz. I hope that works. It looks very shaky. Takes, bishop takes on e4, he takes d5, I have knight d4. Should be pretty strong. His queen doesn't have any squares. Yeah, I should do another match. Yeah? You're totally right. But currently, I simply cannot get it done. I have some projects, and I have some projects currently going on, and also some private stuff that takes time. So it's tough to organize. Yeah, you should play some Blitz, not like 5 hours a day. Okay, knight d4 wins the queen. He will win. He will get some stuff for it, but this wins the queen.
Check.
So what to do here? Bishop to d6 or... So he's got a knight, a pawn, and a rook for it. Okay. I don't like that he's got c6 here. I can just take on d5. Is there some issue with that? Famous last words, probably. I still think I can do it.
Check.
Yeah, I actually miscounted. Okay, this is good for black, but I thought it would be better. I thought it would be just very good for me. And this isn't the case. How did Germany get beat by Slovakia in football? Well, a couple of things. First of all, I think that that bad weather didn't help in the second half. But I think Slovakia played very decently. I mean, I think they played very decently. It was, I think, the goals in the first half were a little bit on the lucky side. I think even if you are from Slovakia, you would probably agree.
Check.
Oh wow, losing this is pretty awful. Oh come on! Oh, I didn't pay any attention after that queen win. Ah, awful. Yeah, what a bullshit kind of game. Sorry for that.
Black resigns.
Always frustrating. This is just a completely rubbish opening, and black just wins here. I just have to be a bit careful. Anyway, come on.
Game started.
Olegas on a live stream. Well, this is fantastic, right? So let's see what we. So what's the deal? I'm just going to play. I mean, okay, I'm honest here. I'm just going to play one of his super boring openings and make a draw. Yeah, it's just what I do nowadays against his play. No. I'm not sure if that was the most precise move order. I've played this against him a couple of times already, and I'm still totally amazed that he keeps going for this line, because black, I mean, this is the most boring stuff ever. Yet he keeps playing this. Yeah, whatever. The main point is you just have to play quickly. And don't try to find any big things. It just, nothing happens here. This is the main thing. I don't know. Just doesn't matter. Just don't start to think and try to find something great. There's nothing. Simply nothing going on. Yeah, of course I keep playing this, because I just get a draw. I mean, he's like 2-5 something, and I can just get a draw every game. I gain rating points. So, what's the deal? Tries to invade, huh? Yeah, that's true. Now he cannot force a draw. I mean, his opening repertoire is very well thought out for this kind of boring game. And I don't have something really great against his lines. This is the problem a little bit. I would like to get sharper games, but I don't, simply because I don't have something in particular against his openings.
Check.
Rook d2, I can come around there maybe. After the trade, king c6, king b5. I don't think I want that. Is he trying to go around there? Maybe. It's not ideal. He's got a little something now, which is more than he should have. Yeah. That's not great. Yeah, I played it too passively, as it sometimes happens. Usually I just play draws from this line, but this is not good.
Check.
He can do this now. Crap.
Check. Check. Check.
Just can take G2 now. Yeah, I played it just terribly. You should never lose that position. But okay, I think he is good in endgames, definitely. And I played it carelessly.
Check.
Yeah, it's not a nice end to this stream. I'm losing against this moron. I really hate the guy. It's just what it is.
Check.
Okay.
White resigns.
I'd like to quickly check. I mean, okay, I drifted into him. It was a bad idea probably to let him take that on before and take the bloody A file. Something like that probably. I mean, the worst part is that white is rather a little bit better than a little bit worse. Probably something like that. Yeah, this is probably just good. What is he doing against this pawn? This one, like here. Yeah. Anyway, I shouldn't lose this, but it's always tough against him, and he plays well in the ending. I mean, still that you shouldn't lose, but maybe 94 was a bad idea. Yeah, here I'm drifting into a passive position. Yeah, this is wrong. I wanted to gain a little bit of space, but it's probably wrong. Yeah, I don't gain space. But this is already uncomfortable. A b4 pawn is weak and stuff. Yeah, that's an uncomfortable position. It definitely is. Yeah, I mean, you know, is it really not possible to play some line that is known to none of you? Yeah, I can do something else. I can do something. I can play something completely non-theoretical. Maybe this is the other thing. I mean, usually I just make draws with this kind of game. In recent games, I just drew everything against him and don't lose. The question, why do I hate him? Yeah, because he just plays rook against rook on time, opposite, everything on time, and yeah, I mean, and he's also on the record for some pretty foolish behavior. You can just Google if you want. Google Oleg Krivonosov, Anna Rudolph, and you get all the information that you need. He's just an idiot. Okay, I'm closing the stream here, and I'm sorry about the rant, but no, I'm not playing the Grope. It's not a good idea. Yeah, okay, I hope you enjoyed the stream anyway, and I'll be back next week, next Monday, same time, same place. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.